We are here with Sand Run Travel's monthly news show, travel show, whatever we're talking about these days, folks. This is our August show, and then we decided we would focus on Las Vegas since we are still planning to go to Las Vegas in October. But we're not real sure everybody's that comfortable whether you want to go with us or not. I know the interest is always there as to what is happening in Las Vegas and how's it doing right now with all the COVID situation. So we thought we would focus on that for today's show. But before we get into that, we thought we could talk a little bit about the upcoming cruising and next year's schedule. The cruising situation is that none of the cruise lines are yet operating out of the United States. They do plan to start in October, but as of right now, the CDC has not given any cruise lines the go-ahead to cruise out of U.S. ports. And complicating that, it's also that if we had the approval right now, I don't know that there's many countries, if any, in the Caribbean or around the world that will accept U.S. Citizens into their country. So we're going to have to get over a couple of hurdles. We are still hoping to do our Panama Canal cruise in February. We're really hoping everything is cleared up by then. It should be a fabulous cruise. It's an 8-day cruise with a partial transit through the canal. So all we can do is hope. We are going to continue to take reservations for that, as well as we are going to continue to plan for 2021 as best as we can. Tune in next month for the September show. I think by September we'll have a reasonable idea of what kind of planning and what kind of tours we're going to put together. We are still going to plan on sometime during the year having a major wine tour as we had this year. We're going to plan to go back to a Mother's Day trip. And of course, we'll do 1 or 2 cruises. We'll go back to Vegas. Exactly what will augment the schedule with, we're not 100% sure right now. Hopefully we get a clearer picture of that over the next month. Those things being said, the first thing we thought we'd do is talk a little bit about how Las Vegas is reopening this year. And what we've got, I've got a video that we can share. And while we get that started, Reg is going to start and then continue to discuss about the difficulties Las Vegas has had in reopening. So I should have that video up here in a couple of seconds. Reg?
Well, Vegas looks like it's doing its best to try and reopen. They have went through the casinos. They're putting partitions in at the table games between the dealers and the players, and between the players, to offer some level of protection. They also have a mask ordinance in place for everyone at the table games or anyone standing within 6 feet of the table games to be wearing a mask. Now, I was checking, but I did not see whether they had a mask requirement for the slot machines, but it looks like they may be trying to do masks for everyone throughout the casino, because the casinos really want to keep their patrons safe because they don't want to go through another close down period. They're also have their mask ordinances for their restaurants for both the patrons and the wait staff, except when you're eating. And they're seating no more than 5 at a table unless it's a family unit, and they'll try and coordinate and get a bigger table size for them.
Okay, I think I'm ready to share this little video we have. It's a news clip from Vegas, so let's see what goes here. Here you go, folks. This is their opening.
Hard to find. Some casinos handing them out to customers ran out of them before the morning even ended. Throughout the day, we saw crews walking through to fog the area a couple of times. Inside casinos, people told us it was so packed. They had to wait in line to place a bet.
School always, I had to wait to finally get in there because they only allow three people on each side. So you have to social distance at the table.
Unlike others, the Plaza Hotel and Casino waited till 9 a.m. to reopen.
There was a nice, slow, steady build-up. It's getting a little busier now.
CEO Jonathan Jossel says people are following the new guidelines.
The guests seem to be understanding. They seem quite used to it. You know, a lot of the social distancing, the hand sanitizer, the waiting for the temperature checks. And we have people upstairs in bingo all over the different restaurants. So it's just nice to be back and see people in the building again.
Bingo was a popular choice on day one. People were spread out and every other monitor was off. The casino still has big bingo tournaments lined up in July. Those will look a little different now, with only half the amount of people allowed to play.
The table games is different with a limit of three people or four people at a table, but so far so good.
While things may look different, Jossel says he looks forward to seeing familiar faces.
Right now it's very relaxed, it's calm, everyone's respectful of the different protocols, and if you haven't come out yet, come when you're comfortable.
Tiana Bonner, Fox 5 News.
Well, there we go. That was a news broadcast for it. It kind of corroborated what Reggie was identifying. It's also very similar to what we found in the two casinos that we've been to recently. We've been to Mohegan Sun over in Pennsylvania. We've been just recently, we just came back from Belterra yesterday. And the table games are being held to about 3 people. And we're in pretty good shape. So we're going to go ahead here and see. Well, there we go with some talk about the COVID sections. And now we're going to focus on Fremont Street. We love it downtown. Fremont Street and downtown Vegas are kind of synonymous anymore. We happen to enjoy the kind of the sideshow that is all the performers on Fremont Street. A lot of our travelers kind of wonder why we enjoy it down there, but we really do. It's a lot less expensive than the Strip. The smaller gamblers still gets taken care of quite well. And we can still get a really good breakfast for under $10, maybe even under $5 occasionally. Nice dinners. And so there's a lot going on down there. And we thought, well, rather than just tell everybody about it, we'd show you a little bit of a video clip that we found that might give you a good idea of what we experience every time we go down there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do our little screen share again. And that's what we're going to show. And hopefully you enjoy this clip. Now this is actually the overhead canopy, which is a phenomenal set of artwork and electronic work that's been done downtown Vegas. And these shows go on every hour at night. And some of the more famous locations, other than some of the hotels, are in downtown Vegas. That is the Slotzilla rides, the
zip line. The zip line up under the canopy.
Lines, yes,
Nothing quite like it.
Yeah, that's right. Famous White Castle downtown, but it's all walkable, folks. As you can see, with all of this going on, this is entirely walkable. You want to go to another casino? It's a minute next door. And that was just a little bit about the casino next door, the casino area, downtown Fremont Street. One of the things we're looking at right now, we do know that the fays are closed, and we're going to shut that off for now. The fays are closed, and but the restaurants are about 70% open from what we're finding. The street performers are out on Fremont Street. They have markings for people to try to stay away at some kind of social distancing. I'm sure they're having some difficulty with that, but along the way, they'll get it under control. One of the things that we have found is that the casinos themselves, because they're so used to dealing with security issues, are really doing quite a nice job, at least from what we've seen, of controlling the crowds and what needs to be done. On Fremont Street, there might be a little bit different story, but we haven't heard a lot of difficulties occurring. I looked at a couple of restaurants that we find very attractive. One is called Triple George. They're open, but maybe about half capacity. Couple in the Golden Nugget that we use on a regular basis, they are open. Again, limited capacity. So there might be some wait lines when we go, but we're kind of excited about being able to go back out to Vegas. It's really the first trip that we're looking at that may be a major occurrence this year. We are right now half full, a little over half full, and we're hoping to be able to continue that and show all of you a really good time out in Vegas. But one of the things we can't predict right now, because of some things that we've identified also in New Orleans, is whether or not tours will be operating. At the very least, San Run Travel will run its downtown Vegas tour. Since we have developed it, we run our own. And I do know the Mom Museum is open. If we would like to go there, we can always go to the Mom Museum. For those of you who've never been with us on one of those tours, it's one of the more fascinating and long experiences in Vegas. It takes, 2 to 4 hours, Reg?
4 hours, yeah. Three and a half, 4 hours, yeah. Easily. But it's a trip that's well worth going to, and it's something that's going to be quite memorable. The other thing is you'll be surprised at how many ties Vegas has to Ohio.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. So with that, we're going to go on to a little surprise that we're going to have for our next trip. And that little surprise is going to be the grand opening of a new casino resort in downtown Las Vegas while we're there. And it should be pretty darn exciting. I've got a little clip to show you a little bit about it. And so here we go.
For Circa Resort and Casino. It's the first downtown Las Vegas resort being built ground up since 1980. And now we're learning it will open even earlier than expected.
We're going to open the first 5 floors of the casino early.
So basically everything but the hotel tower. Las Vegas casino mogul Derek Stevens making a video announcement today that part of the 777-room resort will open this coming October, 2 months ahead of schedule.
That includes our restaurants, our bars, 2 levels of casino.
The casino will feature 1,350 slot machines and 49 table games. Circle will also have some state-of-the-art amenities, including the world's largest sports book.
Our 3-story sports book, our multi-tiered pool outdoor amphitheater, and garage mahal. We're going to open those October 28th.
The rest of the casino will open no later than December 28th. As of now, hotel rooms aren't available just yet. We're told reservations will go live next week. Stevens says around 1,000 employees will be hired once the project is complete. For now, construction is still going on, and there will be a topping out of Circa's hotel tower this Friday. Derek Stevens.
That is pretty exciting. You notice that date, October 28th. That is the Wednesday and we come back the 29th. And the hotel, for those of you who might not know much about downtown and haven't gone with us before, is right at the end of Fremont Street. It's across from the Golden Gate and right before you get to the plaza. It's on the, as you're walking towards the plaza on the whole right-hand side. It's kind of where some of the really old casinos, the old Las Vegas Hotel, and I forget some of the other hotels that used to be over there and resorts. So it's pretty exciting. I think it'd be kind of fun to get there and be there during the grand opening and be some of the first people to partake of some of the things in that casino. So that we hope whets your appetite to join us for Vegas, and if not, at least give you a little bit of an idea why we like Fremont Street, what's on Fremont Street, and what's happening in Vegas to try to control things. Now,
and if you really want to get to the Strip, even from Fremont Street, you're only 10 to 15 minutes away.
And you can really do it with a very inexpensive bus ride that, what is it, about $8 for 24 hours.
Right.
Take you up and back and the whole thing. You can get on and off and do your own thing at the Strip. And we encourage everyone to do that because a lot of times that's the only way you can really see the Strip is go out and explore it. We have not been doing a lot of the Las Vegas tours, mainly because almost every Vegas tour anymore is about a third focused on bringing people down to Fremont Street. And we don't feel our customers should have to pay to come back down to see where they're staying. So that's one of the reasons why we started running our own tours. With that being said, every month we make a drawing. And for those who have watched our show the month before, and by the way, we are going to be changing the name of the show from SRT Live or San Juan Travel Live to San Juan Travel Monthly, because we're taking advantage of Zoom and its recordings to be able to kind of produce the show a little bit. So we know that 29 of you watched our show last month, and so I'm going to throw number 22 out there to Reggie and see who our winner is for this month.
And that's going to be Elaine Gottwald.
Elaine Gottwald, one of our old-time travelers, is our winner this month. And Elaine, you'll be receiving another $25 gift certificate from San Juan Travel. And we hope you join us again next month. Until then, happy travels, folks. This is Steve.
And this is Reg, and we hope to see you again soon.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye now.